What's up, YouTube? This is Mike with Reptiles. So I know it's been a while. Busy with lots of babies coming, eggs coming, babies hatching, my own children, my own job. I'm a teacher, if you guys don't know, so it's the end of the school year. I'll have a little bit more time once it's summer. But basically, I've had a lot going on. This video is not going to be long, but I'm going to try to show you as much as I can in the video. So I want to first start off saying that the title, it's clickbait. I did buy a collection, but I'm not showing it off yet. It has to go through quarantine and make sure everybody's good and all that kind of stuff. And once it's moved down in here, then I'll show it all. So it'll be, I don't know, it'll still be time. So yeah, so the thumbnail was clickbait. It was an awesome collection. It steps up my game big time. It's a small collection, but it's some awesome animals, so I can't wait to show you guys those things. In the meantime, I will show off this though. So if you can see in the corner here, I got 96 tubs now. These are as a hatching rack. Sea Serpent hooked me up here. Thank you, Sea Serpent. Chris at Sea Serpent. But yeah, it's pretty simple. Little shoebox tubs. But it gives me 96 more spots for babies. And if you can see, every place that has a card is a baby already. And this is only got clutches. I have 5 clutches that have hatched and shed that have been moved into here or sold. I have a couple actually in some of the other hatching racks before I bought this. But yeah, some of the things I'll show off today are clutches 3, 4, and 5. They've all shed out, started eating. They're all in here. I'll show off part of clutch 6, a little bit of clutch 7. I got my first boa litter, like literally as I'm talking to you now. A couple hours ago, I was pulling baby boas out of the goo. It was an awesome litter. I got a spotted python hatched out. So that's what you're going to see in the video. I'm up to 19 clutches, ball python clutches this season. A spotted python, a children's python, a corn snake, Gulf Coast box turtle, Eastern box turtle. So I've had a ton of stuff going on. I'm going to show a lot of it in today's video, but not all of it. But I wanted to show you that first. This is one of the stunners from clutch 4. So clutch 4, I bred a albino possible het VPI xanthic to a 100% double het albino VPI xanthic, and I hit on 3 of these snows. I will have 1 male for sale. I'm going to hold back a pair of them. Let me you can actually come over here as well. Let me just show you the difference between an albino and a snow next to each other. So this is an albino, 66% pos het. Oop, they're hungry. Pos het VPI xanthic. All the albinos from this clutch and the normals from this clutch will eventually go for sale. Just figured I'd show you a couple of those. They're all doing good, all getting their first meals. Alright, so clutch 3 was actually the triple het clutch. So it was a dreamsicle lavender albino pied bred to a ghost. I hit on 4.4 actually, but I'm showing this girl off. This is actually my holdback girl. She has really cool ringers. I will edit that to make it work. But that was clutch 3. Alright, so with clutch 3, I am going to put up probably 1.1 or maybe 2.1 animals available from the triple het clutch. But again, just check my morph market. Everything, once it's eaten 4 or 5 times, I post it up to morph market. I have had a few people asking me for stuff ahead of time and putting deposits down ahead of time. So feel free to, you know, message me on Facebook or DM me on Instagram, something like that. But anyhow, these 2 stunners are from clutch 5. So clutch 5 is actually the Cinnamon Spectre bred to a pastel pinstripe Enchi Mojave yellow belly, possible odium male. So I'm starting to think that the male doesn't have yellow belly because I don't think I hit on any super stripes in this clutch. But I have bred him to a few other girls this year that might tell me otherwise. But these two animals are pretty awesome. So I think that this one here is a pastel pinstripe Mojave cinnamon maybe Spectre. And this one here I think is a pastel pinstripe Mojave Enchi maybe Spectre. This one also may not have the pastel. I don't know, it's hard to tell. But they're two really cool snakes from that clutch. And there's some other ones, so I'm going to show you those next. So here are two more from that same clutch, clutch 5. So you see how this, I hope the camera picks it up, but that orange and red on the side of this snake, it's unreal. And the same thing on this one here, like this line. Same thing here. So these are the two that I actually think are most likely to maybe carry the odium gene if the male does have it. This one here I think is actually a pinstripe Enchi cinnamon, maybe Spectre, and again maybe odium. I love the orange on this snake. And then this one is definitely has the pastel and the cinnamon, and I'm thinking God, maybe pastel cinnamon Spectre. I don't even know. Maybe Mojave. I really don't know, man. It's hard to tell, but these are some really cool animals from that clutch. Alright, so if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, you probably have seen some of the other snakes from clutches 3, 4, and 5. This is all that I got from clutch 6. So clutch 6 had a bunch of, like 5 of 9 eggs were rotten. And then the first 2 babies that came out were premature and basically came halfway out of the egg and died. One of them I think was a highway, so that sucked. And the other one I think was actually a pastel lesser gravel maybe. It was pretty cool. It had some cool ringers. But long story short, the dad of this clutch is a pastel Spectre gravel. So every baby has to have either Spectre or gravel. Mom was a pastel lesser yellow belly. So I think that this snake here I think is a super pastel super stripe, maybe a super pastel lesser super stripe, and then this one here is a lesser for sure, and it has to either be a lesser Spectre or a lesser gravel. But these are the only two that came out. These now have not shed yet, but they are still pretty cool looking. See if I can't get you a little bit better look at this one. This thing is a stunner. Can't wait till it sheds. The ringers. Alright. So clutch 7 was a dreamsicle bred to a het pied female. And it was a pretty cool clutch. I got 9 eggs. 2 of the eggs went bad. And I saw a baby had pipped. So I cut it. It was day 55 or day 56. When I cut it, one of the other eggs didn't look good. But I had 5 pieds, 100% het lavender albino, and 2 100% double hets. I literally checked these today. These 2 were out of the egg, ready to get moved over, so I moved them. But I had a very deformed, not fully formed pied that was dead in the egg. And then I had another pied that was out of the egg but dead. Again, I don't know why. But I have 2 other pieds and another 100% double het. So, and they all look perfectly fine, but they were still in the egg. Long story short though, this clutch I should end up with 3 pieds that are 100% het lavender and 2 100% double het pied lavender albino. But the pieds are really cool. I mean, look at this pattern on this pied. All that orange that's in there. Maybe that's the het lavender, I'm not sure. But very cool looking, and the others look pretty cool too and look pretty orange. They'll probably make it into my next vlog, but definitely will be on Instagram and or Facebook at Oz and Reptiles. so this here is the spotted python that I produced this year. Now again, my female only had 3 eggs that even look good. 2 eggs went bad in incubation. I got this one little egg out of there, and look how tiny this thing is. I mean, I don't have huge hands, but look at that little thing. So that's the one spotted python I produced this year. So I am selling my adults. I will also eventually sell this little guy, girl, once it gets eating. But I figured I'd show off this little tiny baby spotted python. And the children's pythons, the eggs you saw, you'll see at some point in this video as well. Those babies will probably be even smaller than these. Very crazy. I have here my first ever children's python clutch. Looks like a pretty good clutch. We'll check out how many eggs in just a second. So we pulled the clutch. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 children python eggs. Very nice first clutch of children pythons. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier in the video, I literally had my first boa litter of the year today. It was a blood female bred to a hypo Hog Island 100% het blood, possible het type 2 anery male. I got 15. They're looking healthy and live babies. I pulled them, cleaned them a little bit, stuck them away in here. I'm giving you a disclaimer, it's a little messy still with the boa babies. You know, I usually have to change them almost every day for the first couple days until they shed. Like with the ball pythons, I usually can put them in the wet, you know, paper towels for maybe 2 to 5 days, and then I switch it again, and then they usually shed. These guys, it's an everyday thing. So here's your disclaimer. It's going to look a little messy in there, but like I said, they all seem very healthy and seem very good. I don't know what's what yet, but there's definitely some cool stuff in there. So let's check them out. We'll look at this top one first. So there's 8 babies in the top one, 7 in the bottom one. Come over here. I'm going to pull it out and try to get underneath the light. If they are active, I don't want them all going all over the place. And see, there's already boas up. So you'll see it looks like blood on the thing there. It's just some of their umbilicus that was still there. So blood. I'm not sure which one's a hypo blood. There's a blood there. That's a hypo. This is a hypo. You can see a lot more of the Hog Island influence there. And these are my guesses. There's another blood. These here are just normal 100% hets. But very cool litter. And then let me show you this one. Now the bottom one's a little messier. There's a little bit more goo stuck to some of these babies that were in this one. So there's the goo, if you're wondering. All that'll get cleaned out tomorrow. But again, blood. That I think is a hypo, a couple normals. This is normal here. Look at the browns on that normal. Just very, very cool. Now, I'm not a boa know-it-all or anything, so I'm still going to be asking my boa buddy friends what I got in here. But definitely some cool looking stuff. Some bloods. Some hypo bloods. Some normals, some hypos. All with the Hog Island influence. Very awesome. Looks like everybody's alive. Only one slug. I like what I see. Boa people, let me know what you see there. So this female might be getting ready to lay my first turtle clutch of the year. That's a spot where I've seen them lay before. And if she's doing it, I don't know if you can see in the footage, but she's starting to use those back legs to dig out a hole. Pretty cool to literally catch her just now in the act. I'll check back later on her. This is the first. This is the first. I've never actually seen any of them crawling on that part of the pond, creek, whatever you want to call it. My big male. He's more like a light yellow orange. Alright, so to end out this vlog, I wanted to show off the sticker collection. So I have 2 incubators. So if you don't see your sticker here, it might be on my other incubator. But as you can see, I got the whole inner thing filled. I'm working on the outer side. My incubator in the garage is bigger, so it definitely needs more stickers. As always, guys, hit me up on Instagram, DM me, hit me up on Facebook, comment on here. I'll happily do a sticker swap with you. Get these things filled up, both my incubators. You can also see it's still pretty full. I do have 3 clutches outside. You can see there's 1 opening down here, but otherwise this is filled. And I have lots more clutches still coming this year. I'm having a great season. I'm busy, but I'm having a great season. So with that being said, just a quick pan. I haven't shown off the room in a while. I had my wife just do a quick watch out behind you. So just turn and look real quick. So it's almost everything is basically ARS or freedom breeder at this point. I'm pretty filled. So these 2 hatching racks right now don't have, they have a couple things in them, but not much. I think what I'm going to do eventually is sell both of these racks and replace it either with the new ARS hatching rack or more of those sea serpent hatching racks. It'll just look nicer and I can kind of use the space a little bit better that way. And then as she comes around, I still at some point want to remove this stuff here. So this is my colubrids. I don't have a lot of colubrids left. I have a breeding pair of corn snakes. I have a king snake and I have a couple milk snakes. That's all in this rack here. But eventually I want this area cleared, and then I put in either another one of these freedom breeder 40 racks, or ARS apparently is coming out with one of these. So maybe I'll try their version of it, or maybe another hatching rack. I do want to put another big rack in this area as well. And at that point, I probably will have maxed out the whole room. I just wanted to kind of give everyone a little heads up, check it out. I haven't shown it off in a while. With that being said, are you on me? Doesn't even look like you're looking at me. I was messing with my wife. With that being said, guys, Oz and Reptiles out. Thanks, enjoy, comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. All right, we'll see you.